This is a tweet from Rittenberg. Sources now telling me LSU defensive coordinator Dave Aranda is not expected to be the next UNLV head coach. There was some initial talks from both sides, but no offer was made. Oregon offensive coordinator Marcus Arroyo remains a strong candidate for the job over there. Multiple sources previously reported that Aranda and UNLV were close to closing the deal. Aranda is currently in his fourth season at LSU as defensive coordinator and signed a 4-year, $2.5 million contract back in 2017. His current deal makes him the highest paid assistant coach in college football.
Yeah, we'll get into it more a bit later. Glad to see that Aranda is staying, but would not have faulted him in the slightest if he wanted to go further his career.
LSU passing game coordinator and wide receivers coach Joe Brady has been named the winner of the Broyles Award, which is presented annually to the top assistant coach in college football. The Frank and Barbara Broyles Foundation announced that winner on Tuesday up in Little Rock, Arkansas. Here was Joe Brady speaking about the accomplishment.
You know, it's hard to really put into words. 3 years ago, I was a graduate assistant at Penn State getting ready for a bowl game. Now I'm up here. I don't feel worthy. I want to congratulate these finalists. I'm the only offensive guy up here right now, obviously Coach Locks. But, I think it speaks to the volume, how great these coaches are, because it is hard to be a defensive coach in today's football. My life is easy, especially when you have a guy like Joe Burrow. But, when you have all these guys up here from a defensive coordinator perspective, they challenge us. And I told them last night, I appreciate them for pushing me, for motivating me. These are the guys that I study in the offseason. These are the guys that I look forward to going against them in, future matchups and challenges. And I'm just grateful to be up here and share the stage with them.
Man, every time Brady opens his mouth, he is so well polished. I also loved his quotes about Steve Ensminger's name deserving to be on that trophy as well, because I think that it does, and I take that at face value. But congratulations to Joe Brady, well deserved.
Here is Brady sharing that sentiment.
I feel like I'm sharing the stage right now with Steve Ensminger. This name, it should say Joe Brady / Steve Ensminger. His openness and his humility to be able to allow me to come in here, a young guy, and be able to share a vision with him and create an offense with him. It's something that I hope when I'm his age, I'm going to be able to do the same. I've embraced his slinger mentality, and I'm truly grateful for that.
Slinger mentality. But he's absolutely right, man. And it's fascinating because most coaches would have too much ego to learn when you're already kind of that set in your ways. Ensminger does not. And that collaboration between those two and Joe Burrow, it's just so perfect. The stars align. That's how you've reached just the exorbitant heights that you have, because the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
Brady becomes LSU's second winner of the Broyles Award, joining John Chavis, who won the award as LSU's defensive coordinator in 2011. Brady is also the first Broyles Award winner with another title other than offensive or defensive coordinator.
Shows the unique nature of the situation at LSU.
LSU had a total of 11 players named to the All-SEC coaches team on Tuesday, with 6 on the first team and 5 on the second team. Jacoby Stevens making the coaches team.
Yeah, but there's a way bigger crime here. No Christian Fulton. And the only reason I say that, again, Derek Stingley is unreal, right? Derek Stingley has massive stats this season. Why do teams keep throwing at Derek Stingley? Because they're that afraid of Christian Fulton.
Greg McElroy was on Thinking Out Loud comparing the two quarterbacks in the Peach Bowl coming up with Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow.
Jalen's had a great year statistically. There's no denying that, and the numbers are eye-popping. But the quarterback advantage in favor of LSU, it's not even close. Joe Burrow is head and shoulders above Jalen Hurts in regards to efficiency. And I know we're talking about numbers. You can give me the QBR and the QB rating and efficiency ratings, all this stuff. But if you look at just driving the ball down the field with accuracy, allowing guys to run in space, not taking sacks, not holding onto the ball too long, hitting open receivers when they're there to be hit, and not turning the football over, which Jalen Hurts has done time and time again in the second half of the season, maybe the biggest discrepancy between LSU and Oklahoma is how Joe Burrow's playing relative to how Jalen Hurts is playing.
And we talked about a lot going into the SEC championship, right? Sometimes football is a game that if you want to be really reductive, if all else is equal, who has the better quarterback? And I agree with McElroy that as good as Hurts is, and he is damn good, Joe Burrow's just on another level.
New Orleans Saints have lost a significant piece to their defensive line. New Orleans defensive end Marcus Davenport suffered a foot injury in Sunday's loss to the 49ers and expected to miss the rest of the season. According to the NFL Network, Davenport had started all 13 games this season, played 61% of the snaps, as well as 21% of the special team snaps. He had 6 sacks, forced 3 fumbles this season. A big year for Davenport. This is a big loss.
Yeah, I mean, those are really good numbers. And what did I just say about quarterback, right, in the game of football? Well, why do defensive ends get drafted so high? Why do they get paid so much? Because they are the position that most directly affects the main position in football. Like, if you have a great pass rusher, they take points off of the board. They equate to wins and losses. And I'm not saying that Marcus Davenport was there yet, but, I mean, when you have to account for him and Cam Jordan, it becomes that much tougher. And now, no Marcus Davenport. You got to look for Trey Hendrickson to step up. He's had a good year. But, man, Davenport was having a bit of a breakout year.
Saints will have a home date with the Indianapolis Colts on Monday Night Football next week. New Orleans Pelicans are in Milwaukee tonight. They're playing the Eastern Conference leading Bucks, who have won 15 in a row. Major League Baseball, big story there yesterday. Gerrit Cole, former Houston Astros, signed a mega deal with the New York Yankees. 9 years, $324 million. Cole will make over the next 9 years as he pitches with the Pinstripes now. Cole, the runner-up to teammate Justin Verlander for the AL Cy Young Award this past season, was dominant during the regular season and postseason as the Houston Astros led the majors with 111 total wins. How about that money?
I mean, wow.
9 year, $324 after Strasburg signs for $265.
Wow.
Parents out there, teach your kids how to pitch.